Alrighty, second stream. We will be back on screen just straight after this. Hang on with us, and we have some amazing giveaways and great gifts for you. Of course, you can also, if you're new to the channel, you can enter. You might win a 1 year account on us. Hang in there. Let's play this song and hopefully make some sense. And we will be back live on screen with you just a moment. Enjoy this. I will be back.
You built your brand on borrowed land, thought numbers meant control. But every click and every view was never really yours to hold. You dance inside their ecosystem, play the game they designed. But every rule was written for you to stay dependent over time. And so, rented audience, a borrowed voice, a fragile reach, a hidden choice. You don't see it till it breaks, till the signal disappears. You were building someone else's empire all these years. Shared in fracture, shared collapse, one failure hits you all. You're scaling on a fragile stack, just waiting for the fall. Unstable algorithms decide if your business lives or dies. And every update rewrites truth right in front of your eyes. Yeah, it's a rented audience, a borrowed voice, a fragile reach, a hidden choice. You don't see it till it breaks, till the system interferes. You were feeding someone else's power all these years. Own your channels, own your flow, own the data that you grow. Break dependence, build your base, direct connection, no middle space. No filters, no silent blocks, no throttle reach, no platform. No more rented audience, no part of the crowd. No silent gate to shut you down. Now your signal travels clean, no permission, no delay. You finally built a system they can't take away. Consent was never the crown, it was just the bait. Infrastructure decides who controls your voice, who controls your voice.
Yes, it was pretty high active or high octave, you could call it. Nice, meaningful song, especially if you are with us, especially if you are controlling the audience, the infrastructure, and your voice. Of course, this again, second stream on a marketing war room. As you can see, the thumbnails changed. I will be try to do 24-hour live streams, but sometimes we're going to bring in the public square room that will be streaming on YouTube. But if you didn't hear us on YouTube, you can jump in and in that room. In that room, normally we have a conversation going on, and of course, room is free. Anyone can join us, and of course, you can hang out long as you like and jump in and jump out much as you like. So that room is public square room. We will bring that on screen, but I will also make a war room on the war room that you can share some details if you want some your email being audited, your websites being checked, and your email content being grilled between the email master of no limit emails and of course family members that already send millions of emails and their eyes know what they look for. And believe me, if you want a good grilling of your email to make it better and to make it you could say ice cold and cool, bring your email content in and we will analyze it and we will tell you what you need to do to tune it up. As it is on screen says, uh, we will give you, if you are new, you simply subscribe to the channel so we can have your name, and I will put all the new subscriber for this month. We will put them in a random draw, and hopefully one of you will get a free count of us and to have the same experience with us. If you especially struggling, have no budget, have no money, but once more, you must own a domain. We will not give you our domain. You bring your domain, we will give you everything, and you don't have to pay us for a whole year so you can operate that account. And of course, if you do not have any leads, jump on the public square and just ask nicely to some of the family members. I'm sure all of us can chip in to give you some cool stuff. And so you can send in emails. And of course, as you can see on screen, myself will upload 100,000 emails that uh, I will provide for you so you can basically start using them, sending email to them. And of course, everything is absolutely no charge to you. All you have to do is be brave enough, subscribe to the channel, hang out with us, and tell us why you wanted the account, and tell us if you have done emailing before or not. And if you haven't done, and you will never find anywhere better in the planet to learn, to experiment, to experience, and of course, to actually do it. So lots of the stuff out there is a theory, but in here we put all the theories under the carpet, hands on the deck. Everything is real, everything is new. That's what we do. And that being said, once more, welcome to the second stream of the day. We will get into a little bit nitty gritty of really emails and anything that related, and also anything else that's going on in marketing scenes. A couple of streams ago, I just share stuff relating to Amazon. By the way, let me just kind of clarify a few things. I got quite a little bit slashed by a few people, uh, and I will get into that just a little bit in time. Of course, I want to be entertaining you, but and also give you exactly what I'm doing myself when it comes to the email, and also what is actually kind of what you should do if you are doing emailing, and also will tell you how people kind of deluded when they have no leg stand on, but they obviously stand in the tallest building in the world. and they shout out, basically throw the stones at somebody like myself, which is I am in my eyeballs into the email, so to speak, day and night, and it's been absolutely amazing learning curve for myself, and of course, always space to learn more. And as always, I always welcome a very high criticism, and criticism have to be in a way that something we're missing so we can learn. And of course, if you think that I'm just throwing big stones to the big company to show my own stuff, and I can prove you, absolutely, that's not the case in here. I am just like somebody like you, and I see what's wrong in the industry, and I reveal them to you. And of course, many people out there, they kind of a little bit deluded because they think that we are only on YouTube or doing this kind of content, simply promoting ourselves, simply promoting our infrastructure. Guys, absolutely, you're getting it all wrong. When we are promoting no limit emails, and when you install no limit emails become your own domain. And beside that, no limit emails, not like any other company in the world, we do not promote anything else to our members. We do not send commercial emails. We do not promote anything. I mean, that's the fact. Last 6 years, I personally send no limit emails out. I never send in a members of no limit emails, be it active or non-active, a email say we're promoting this or that. So when we are talking about really no limit emails is just our domain. That's what we called it to bring it to the public. But when get installed, just like you've seen it in my screen many times, becomes your own domain, becomes your own brand, becomes your own entity. That's where you control everything. And that's why we say if you win discount, you must provide a domain so you can have a 1 year ownership of basically no limit emails for yourself, so you can see the difference, what we are talking about. And of course, if you are new to the our channel or new to the email, and we like you to be a safe emailer, great emailer, and of course make email better for everybody else when you get into the industry, instead of doing it the other way around. So uh, this evening, uh, I'm going to kind of really get in a little bit like why I got slashed because somebody's read my LinkedIn posts, what I said. Uh, I suppose these big companies, they have many mules, many mouths to feed, and many people are desperate to become the mouthpiece, essentially what we called in the Western world prostitute for them. That's basically what it is. Uh, because, as you know, we are not Google. We're not employing global people. We don't have hundreds of thousands of employees. And we are not Microsoft, and we're not employing hundreds of thousands of people. And we are not Yahoo. We don't employ tens of thousands of people. And also, we are not shared ecosystem putting everybody in the world through the same rinse. And that's what they do. That's what we don't. And that's the reality. That's the fact. That's the truth. So again, everybody has a right to say what they wish to say. But somehow the people that shouting from the tall buildings, they do not have a gut to come to in a public place that we can do a live stream and have an open debate with panel with with public, so public can decide who is in the right, who is in the wrong, and who is beneficial to them, who is skimming them, and public can decide this. And I am shouting all of you That be it you are the Microsoft, you are the Google, you are the Yahoo, you are the Aweber, you are the GetResponse, you are the HubSpot. Come into the public square and let's make a debate, an open debate. Bring your judges, bring your lawyers, and I'll be just myself. And bring your facts, and also bring your stats. And that's how we can put basically all the chickens in a pen and separate them from the ducks. So I am always here. I've been here last 6 years. Keep throwing stones to you guys. I know you have a big lawyers, and I'm not here to kind of, you could say, create mayhem on your business. But generally speaking, it's not coming from me. It's coming from your own users. It's coming from the people that use those your platforms. The all the crimes, all the, you could say, sayings in the public places through the review places. You can also look at with your own eyes. You can go and compare them. You can go and look into the basically true reviews, not the reviews that you guys paid for somebody's posting. And there's another point. We never paid for our reviews. We don't want reviews, actually. If we wanted the reviews by now, I would have had thousands of reviews, guys. And I only ask the people that they are kind enough, that they are serious people to give us few words if they think we are worthy. And that's basically how we roll. And that's why we don't have many reviews. It's not about the reviews we want. We want real human experience. That's the totally different things. On the reviews, of course, it helps, but we only need for you guys, and we have them. And we want the true human experience versus the other systems. And that's where is everything changes for all of us. That's why this stream is all about control. All about really is not about the content anymore. As we all know, we all have AI bots nowadays. And AI bots are doing crazy, crazy amount of content generation. Welcome, Doug. Good to see you. As you know, like it's not really lack of the content. The people who's producing content, like myself, like every one of us in here in the room, is not really lack of the content. It's about really creating a piece of content that you can monetize. I mean, generally speaking, there is gazillions bits of content. It's just like digital dust exist in the internet and do nothing. But in our case, we just want to really produce a piece of content that you can instantly monetize it. Be it obviously lots of people thinking, in order your content to be monetized, you got to be the YouTuber, you got to be TikToker. Guys, I'm 60 plus years old and my face is full of wrinkle, is worse than elephant's ass. I'm not going to be new TikToker, or I'm not going to be famous on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on YouTube. That's a reality. And, but I do more monetized content than all of them put together. Seriously, it's just one man versus machine, so to speak. And I mean, literally sending millions and millions of emails, bits of millions of bits of content is being monetized. And of course, there's the difference between the really mass content production and very strategic content production. And of course, our content is not just related to email. As you can see right now, I'm also producing a content directly through no limit emails and streaming to YouTube. And of course, the specific content we're doing in YouTube, really, we do not kind of doing this content to be YouTube famous or be monetized by the YouTube or anything in that sense. So we are just generally speaking using YouTube as a recording archive so anybody can see basically our track record of being consistent and being there for our members, being here doesn't matter rain or shine, so to speak, be able to kind of get together and have our stream. And then, of course, we do have the public square room. We always hang out. Before that, there's many other different rooms we have, and that's basically what we do. And also, uh, going back to this guy that was slating me, basically throwing lots of stone on me, and just one URL shut him up. Seriously. He was crying about me complaining about Amazon and about Google, about Microsoft. Basically, he must have read my post on LinkedIn, and back and forth. Obviously, he's following me or spying on me. I really don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I didn't block the guy. And we've been going back and forth in messages for quite a bit. He thought that I will get angry about what he say, and he tried to basically trigger me. But I'm too kind of wise and calm to kind of get triggered by this kind of people, because really themselves they not owner of this platform. So I really just kind of, you could say, dismiss it anyway, or just let them to do whatever they are going to shout about. So argument starts basically. How can you say you are more trusted than a Google? How can you say you are more trusted than a Microsoft? How can you say you are more trusted than a Amazon? The truth is, the facts don't lie. The history don't lie. Last 6 years, according to my own research, Amazon got hacked over 30,000 times. Last 6 years, Microsoft got hacked over 1 million times. Last 6 years, Google been hacked over 30 million times. Last 6 years, Facebook got hacked over 1 billion times. And I have those data. But when it comes to no limit emails, a zero. Absolute zero. And that's the fact. Because we have so many members, we have not heard anybody said that I'm compromised, something weird going on my account. And my experience with Facebook, Doug here can tell you, I was already logged on to my Facebook talking to Doug through the Facebook when Facebook servers got hacked internally, and I'm the one get whipped. Obviously, bend over with a cucumber. That's basically what trust is about, right? So that's how you trust basically the big platform. And of course, I also shared the emails that this network's helping to be spread around the world. Obviously, not just first time, but really quite regular. And what we see when we're analyzing phishing emails that we receive, majority of this network, like Microsoft helping them to spread, Google helping them to spread, and Yahoo helping them spread, and Facebook helping them spread. And of course, in many cases, they also helping them to spread with paid advertising. How nice that is. And that's where we kind of differ between trusting me, trusting big corporation. Do you trust a single person or a couple of people that is honest with their words, honest with their work? Or would you like to trust a company that employ hundreds of thousands of people around the world? Who do you think control your Gmail? Who do you think control your Facebook admin account? Who do you think control your Microsoft admin account or Azure admin account? Microsoft? All right. So let's say it is Microsoft because they are employed by the Microsoft, right? And that's why everybody in the world got blue screen, right? You remember that? I hope you do. But so far, nobody in our network last 6 years, 8 months, never had a blue screen, guys. We shut the network down purposely to update our security, to patch the stuff that Microsoft doesn't patch, to patch the stuff Google doesn't patch, be it that they have between them, they have the world biggest cybersecurity teams. You know, I'm not saying we are the best people in the world, guys, but really the track record shows by itself. That's the fact. And of course, when it comes to the trust factor, is another thing. Would you rather your business send an email that says powered by Microsoft or that says powered by you? I mean, that's true trust factor, right? So when you send in emails through Gmail, Workplace, or Microsoft Exchange, what do you get? You're going to get powered by the Microsoft, right? You're going to get powered by Gmail because you cannot get out of that ecosystem. Microsoft is not going to white label Microsoft to you, and neither Gmail will. But in this case, what we do is open source tools. We don't charge you for licensing, is 100% get white label to that domain that we really do not have a power over you. Powered by me. There you go. And that's the truth. That's the truth about really the trust factor. So anyway, going back and forward with this guy, I end up showing him basically a few days ago. I did analytic of another phishing email, and the phishing email is coming from Google network, coming from Microsoft network, coming from Facebook, coming from Yahoo, coming from basically another shared hosted places that obviously utilizes Gmail work, like Gmail workplace emails. And then this is continuum, constant, and is not really like one kind of phishing emails that stops and then kind of like have a breather, and then this is absolutely constant, and every blinking of eye that we have, and you're going to receive a phishing email from these networks. And of course, these networks are there to make money. They don't care who's doing what. If they did care, I never broke any TOS of Facebook, and I'm not been on Facebook for 2 years. I do not have a really desire to go back on Facebook, by the way, but it's just somebody like employing so many thousands of people and also having over a billion people in their network simply cannot put there a human person that you can reach out to and talk to. And every single email that they have, I wrote email, fall into the black hole. I tag them in their own networks. Like, for example, Facebook got a messenger as text app, right? You can speak to somebody instantly. Everybody else in the world use it, but there's no one on Facebook that you can talk to. WhatsApp is another messenger app. There's no one on Facebook that you can talk to, guys. There is not a single email that really works. Uh, and obviously they got another kind of crappy messenger thing like called Thread, and everybody else in the world talking to each other, but nobody in Facebook. You can't tag anyone in. Nobody replies. Nobody says nothing. And how can you trust that company, guys? But when you send me a message, guess what? As long as I'm not sleeping, I'll reply. If I am awake, I'll reply instantly. So that's the where you kind of like look, kind of try to mismatch the trust thing. Same as with Amazon. You try to speak to someone on Amazon, it just doesn't happen. It's always either email or kind of being put it in a ticketing system. It is on and on. And as well as same as with Microsoft. Let's say you're a business. Please tell me, when was the last time you spoke to Microsoft directly to someone? Never, right? I mean, just tell me, when did you speak to Facebook? When? Obviously, you probably have account manager, probably they'll talk to you because you're spending money. But when it comes to something like us, like as an individual that you don't pay advertising money, you simply don't exist. They don't care what happened to you. Even you been there from the day, basically from the day Facebook came about. I think it was like second week of Facebook was live. I created account. I still had that account till that scenario happened. But generally speaking, is again relating to content. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. So about the content. So we can post on the content on the social media, on everywhere, but generally speaking, it really doesn't end nowhere, guys. That's the fact. That's the truth. Doesn't matter how much content you publish on these platforms. It's not like 1990s that few people will see your content that you will interact with. You could be part of the group that has a 10 million people, guys. When you post a very, very valuable post, you know, not many people sees it. And whoever sees it, probably somebody just want to spam with like. That's all it is. So they publicize themselves and nothing more, nothing less. So there is other way. There's other way that we are controlling content, that we are controlling infrastructure. Excuse me. Let me just take a drink. And I do apologize if I'm kind of speaking a little bit fast. And I think chat has got disconnected. Are we back on? Are we back on? Elon Musk, obviously, I'm on Starlink, guys, and now and then it keep flipping off. But when the hand change, that's good. We are back on. So when it comes to the content, we're talking really like really what is coming, what is happening, and what is going to happen. Why content alone is really not no longer enough. Absolutely not enough because this content saturation is the highest ever been and is going to get even worse. Obviously, almost everybody's now creating chatbots, everybody's creating automated content generation, and everything done with AI. Basically, they try to wipe out the human out of the way, and that's another thing. Really, we are totally opposite to that when it comes to the no limit email infrastructure. The email part and the live part, as we all know, there is absolute zero AI involved. There is no AI and as still raw as you're going to get. So obviously, understanding why infrastructure becomes the real competitive edge in age of AI is obvious. It is one of those things that has always been there, but not many people really had a chance or options to actually have it. And also was very, very expensive, very technical. And of course, even myself, when we tried to build this, I mean, Doug was here, like many other friends in the marketing communities, uh, told me it's impossible. What we are trying to do is kind of crazy. That what we try to do, and it's cost lots of money to what we try to do. And the shocker is, we have not spent a single cent, guys, to create no limit emails. Not a single cent and not a single dollar being borrowed by venture capital in order to establish what we have last 6 years. It's just pure grit, hard work, and literally putting effort in and making it work. And of course, we have done tens of thousands of lines of code before the AI and to create an ecosystem that literally no one can compete in the world. That anyone who has no limit email system, the fact is there is no one in the marketplace can compete with you. They cannot compete with you with the volume. They cannot compete with you with the speed. They cannot compete with you with the data set. They cannot compete with you when it comes to the distribution of publication, and they cannot compete with you on a price you paying versus anything else. Really, they can't. Because I've been in search of in the space for last 9 years. I mean, Doc can remember this, and we've been going back and forth basically more than a decade on the live rooms, on the marketing chats with professionals, and going back and forth on the conversations. There is literally nothing like this out there. Of course, very similar things are out there. The open source thing is out there, but really it is painful. I mean, you have to be some sort of computer scientist really to install and make the Moetic work, especially the time when we kind of decided to use Moetic and how much really bad stuff was in. And of course, nowadays, getting a little bit better, but again, every time they do the version, we had to strip out of it, basically lots of it. And normally takes us more than a year to get a version that they released to work. That's the truth. And of course, because of that technical part is so heavy, not many people really able to kind of utilize these tools, but they are great if you know what you're doing and if you know you can change the things to make it work. And of course, that's why many other people believe is not possible, because they also understand some of those kind of open source stuff on the face look like great, but when you get into the kind of the belly of it and you find all the basically errors and bugs, and basically it's never ending stuff, and you have to be really committed to try to clean things out. As you know, when we started this, there was really no AI coding, no AI helpers. But when it comes to the automation, email stuff, you could say, had AI baked in from the day is born. And it literally has been like that. So after, especially when email automation stuff kind of got implemented on email, which is we know literally is about almost 40 years ago, something like that. I can't really remember, 1970s. So when we look really, the problem with a content production and also the problem with the shared systems, and majority of the content production uh, is on the shared system and there's no distribution. Like, for example, you got ChatGPT, I got ChatGPT, we can go and produce a piece of content, and what you do, the only option you have to go and post it on Facebook or somewhere, right? That's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, whatever this place. But really, it doesn't get anywhere. It's like you posted there, but really nothing happens. So one person likes it, and then they run a bot. They, you think you're getting some real human impressions, but really nothing human left on this platform, so to speak. And it just basically triggers your mind, uh, so you can post next thing. And of course, this is very similar strategy and techniques that used to be used in casinos and gaming places and obviously gambling tables. Like you go to the sit in a slot machine in Las Vegas and you put in a bunch of money in, and they just cannot keep taking the money off you. In other words, you're never going to come back. And this is the very same thing with social media, and very same thing with a shared distribution of the media. So essentially, everybody's kind of, you could say, being put into the same train heading towards the cliff. And that's when things need to change. That's when really infrastructure comes in and you got to really have it. And I really don't know how people kind of not understanding this clearly, but it's about really the difference between, do you sleep in your house or do you sleep in somebody else's house? Do you sleep in your bed or do you sleep in somebody else's bed? And do you sleep in your bed with somebody else in your bed, or you are basically sleeping alone, so to speak. Essentially, everybody's sleeping in their own bed with everybody else in their bed. And that's the scenario we have with share ecosystems. And of course, share ecosystem is big risk. Uh, as just like I mentioned, big risk with reputation, big risk with a obviously account getting compromised because you literally don't know what's going on. And of course, the other big risk is your own time and money. And of course, most people kind of like look at that lightly, but generally speaking, we look lots of pricing in different systems. But the truth is, nothing less than $10,000 there that going to give you a system to send, a few hundred thousand emails. And generally speaking, we're talking hundreds of thousands of emails. We're not talking just 1,000 emails. People out there doing 1,500 cold emails, they think they are it. But the truth is, they are so wrong and so way backwards. They think like sending 1,500 cold emails with Gmail Workspace or Microsoft Exchange that they are scaling email. And that's the kind of logic and the con that is they've been introduced to, unfortunately. And that's why literally lies keep getting views and the truth get buried. And I mean, in our case, you could see it in our own channel versus something else. Just put in a word email uh, and YouTube, you will see. You will see thousands of lies, thousands of deceitful kind of bits of publication, but nothing true gets shown to you. And nothing real gets shown to you. And this is another issue when you're in the share hosted places, share platforms, obviously. That's the downside of basically buying into the somebody else's lie. And that's the fact. I mean, I bought into that lie myself a few years ago. And did I get swindled about stuff? Of course I did. And of course, at a certain point, you got to realize, if that was so difficult, why is that so many of them? So that's mean the infrastructure part is actually not that difficult if you know what you're doing, of course. But if it was that difficult, why is it so many of them there? Why is so many of them exactly in the same model? Why exactly so many of them there has a carbon copy of what the other does? Example, you could look at it, get a response, and you look at it, MailChimp. You can look at the active campaign, you can look to the HubSpot, you can look to the, like literally 10,000 of them in exactly same model. And why is it that? Like, why is it same model? Because literally is rigid SaaS, is past by date, it did a job when it was, which is like you could say 20 years ago, or even longer. And when you look really in today's environment is totally different, and therefore need a different perspective of really having a infrastructure that you control. And when we say infrastructure that you control, most people kind of also thinking that technically they have to do lots of work in order to control this. This is another block, basically, automatically comes people brain. They think in when you mention infrastructure, they thinking they have to deal with the servers, they thinking they have to deal with IPs, they thinking they have to deal with firewalls, they thinking they have to do this, admin of things, they have to deal with the code. But the truth is, that is in the past. You have to do that. Nowadays, just people like us does everything for you, and you don't have to lift your finger. All you have to do is log into the system just like any other system, do your emails or do your live stream. And in this case, we made the live stream. You simply go to the stream, go to the Meet No Limit emails, create a room, you're live. You don't have to deal with a kind of backend server, and you don't have to really do anything. And of course, most people think That is the kind of barrier for them because of technical stuff. And of course, when people like us come along, say, well, okay, we're going to take care of all the technical stuff for you. All you have to do is basically log in daily, send an email, or log in daily, go live. Log in daily, upload your leads, log in daily, capture your leads. But generally speaking, lots of people that I speak to over the years, the first question they ask me is, how much technical stuff do I have to do? I'm not really technical. I don't do any code. I don't know any code. And when we say, if you know how to write a tweet or how to write a post, how to write something on a WhatsApp, you are already overqualified to run this infrastructure. You don't have to do any code. It's just like when you're looking at, for example, of let's say WhatsApp or a Telegram, you don't know anything about the server side of things, but you using it, right? And this is exactly the same thing when it comes to the true infrastructure built for you that you could basically control it. And of course, people still kind of like backlashing us. You say we control all. Of course, you do. But we still need to be there with you and we still need to look after things because of that area. Some of the stuff that you are not really neither qualified or capable of doing. For example, a majority of the people that come to us, uh, they say, okay, I know a little bit of code, but I can do this myself. And then they go on their own way and they try. And when they kind of can't make it, and obviously they try to even copy us and they can't make it. Because generally, I cannot tell a surgeon, brain surgeon, hey, I am better than you, and get away, let me do that brain surgery. It is very similar thing in here. Like we are basically brain behind the scene. And if you get rid of us, you can't really work the system. And that's the truth. And this is why so important that we do everything behind the scene, that our members doesn't have to really worry about anything, be it cybersecurity side of things, data safety, SMTP configuration, IP to your domain configuration, anything. All you have to do is just literally get in and control it in the way you're supposed to do. And that's where everything changes when it comes to the really content production, and especially content that you could monetize. Obviously, when we send in emails, intention is to monetize, right? Intention of that email, be it sometimes email we just send in, it doesn't have a CTA, doesn't have even any sales pitch. It's not really about selling all the time with an email. It's about really having a interaction with somebody that you didn't know and you introducing yourself. And then of course, then they can do the investigation themselves to find out who's this guy is or this person is, and then leads to the business. That's basically how I am personally utilizing the emails. And of course, if you watched the earlier stream today, I showed you exactly how I am building my content. And hopefully that will help you to understand a little bit about really monetizing content. And of course, when we say monetizing content, you need to have a total publishing and publication suite, and as well as distribution suite. And if you do not have that all in one place, it becomes very fragmented. Like, one place you got to go get yourself a website, and the other place you got to go get yourself a form, and another place you got to get yourself some sort of, say, the SMTP, and another place you got to get yourself SSL, another place you got to get yourself a basically PDF function and distribution things, and another place you try to get yourself a lead verified, and all this kind of fragmented ecosystems. Richly, it's nonsense. to be honest. It's just crazy to actually having them. And of course, we know why. The reason for that is because everybody's in a gravy train. They just kind of like nickel and dime everybody instead of basically having a something that just supposed to work and supposed to be complete. And of course, this techniques and they've been applied to this is like literally like all marketing tricks. Like if you noticed when you used, I used to go buy tools in places like Warrior Forum, Warrior Plus, Black Hat Forum, you name it, any places that you could get some digital stuff. And you get into the funnel, the front end says is X amount, and then many other bits are missing, they're charging you extra for. And that's one thing kind of was always I found very interesting because literally like I don't know, when you got the sheep, you got to fleece the sheep many times, right? This is the exact same thing what happens to the literally like marketing platforms and the marketing tools out there. But again, it's because that obviously the fragment is so much, becomes a very costly adventure. So it's about this. So you don't really have to know anything technical how this thing works. But let's log in. What is it really we are talking about here? Everything under the one roof. So you wanted a landing page or you wanted the website to be live, and you simply go component, you trigger, you build your page. And by the way, I've been playing around with lots of pages in here. I just want to show you a couple. So you can see I just been playing around with this page here, and let's look a couple more. So that's your page, right? So you can see many different type of forms of pages, and also you can see when I'm looking page is not just one page, but you can see it's quite lots of them. So it's like literally 2 pages of this and around very close to 200 websites. By the way, all of this, like, I don't know, this is way back when, as you can see, and they are all live, by the way. So if I stick this page here on the chat here, let's actually put this in here for you guys. This is interesting. A random page that we found. Let's put this in YouTube. Here we go. So you can check out is live on the internet. If your wrist can move mouse and your finger can click left mouse button and you can type a coherent message in a notepad, then you can send cold emails in an elite system. Absolutely. Thank you, Doug. Welcome back, Cool Gold Tools. Chris, thank you so much for being here. And this is another thing. So part of the page in here, as you can see, this is all within my own website, as like I mentioned. This has nothing to do with no limit emails, by the way. When we look these pages, if you look, there is nowhere says powered by no limit emails. Obviously, I'm doing stuff for no limit emails. That's a different thing, but I just wanted to kind of show you. So the other part of this, obviously, let's say you wanted to create a landing page with capture forms. So you have your forms. As I mentioned, really, email is way, way advanced than AI, as we all now had more automations already included to this beforehand. So you could look some of the stuff in here, like many different forms that you can create and you can publish, you can unpublish. Obviously, I'm testing lots of different things. So you can see so many different forms I've been playing around and obviously designing them and things like that. As you can see in here, I, by the way, unpublished this for a while because I was getting kind of quite a lot of Gmail stuff. So I took to actually form out of my blog. So this is one of those kind of things that you can see is just simply have an email and have a first name or vice versa, and you can publish this, and then you can get piece of code and go back on any page. For example, I could just go in any page in the network here to, let me just kind of get rid of that. Just a moment, will bring us back. Just hang on. And also close this here. So you basically could embed this in any landing page you make in here. So your page and capture page or funnel will be basically live as soon as you kind of done this and finished here. And the other component in here is like literally asset delivery, like literally all component in one place. And I don't know if I shared this with you guys. This is very interesting book I read. It is pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. So you can have a look to it. I'm going to give you this link here. You guys can download this. One moment. Let's us get into the YouTube chat here. Page is live, absolutely. And I hope you guys, and probably you will enjoy this book too, but Doug, and I know probably you will, Barbara. Chris, definitely you will enjoy that. It's a little bit kind of, you could say, get very deep. I'm not going to give away. So you can, I don't know if you guys heard of this or not. If you haven't, and it's very hard to actually find the hardcover of this specific book. And I do read this kind of stuff. Like I am pretty kind of addict to read this, but generally it's pretty interesting book. So you can see here, you click on that, that's will download that book. So again, is having everything under the one roof instead of somewhere else. So like literally not going to any third party, try to kind of really get message working or get page working or get PDF delivery working. As you know, part of the like marketing, we're supposed to give freebies ways and capture leads. And this is basically, you could say, all component in one place that you can easily establish that and obviously run many different campaigns. So the next part of really this total control is about campaigns and stuff. So you can see some of the automations in here. Obviously right now I'm not running any automation on here, but generally speaking is very, very simple. As you can see, I make them and switch them off because on this specific website, I'm just literally sending cold emails, nothing else. So as you can see in here, we done like basically list automation or capturing automation, something like this. Obviously, this is just a little bit more basic, but really you can go many level deeps on this because the tool itself, so you could say, so designed in a way that literally you could separate everyone from everyone, and obviously based on the interactions, based on the you could say either they are paid funnel or free funnel and all that kind of stuff, so you can separate the audiences that you have, especially with this kind of automation. And of course having email or not having automation is like missing arm basically, but this thing, all of it does has all that kind of stuff, so it's pretty simple. You can add automations and obviously build many days as you need to build, like, you know, it's very simple. Let's say this is day 5th and simply go in there and click action and send an email. You select obviously your email, and let's say this is alternative period, And let's say this is 7 days later. And of course, you make sure you have your emails done. And obviously, you can see you have two choices in here always. I'll leave it on transactional email. And you can see now you have added another email. Wait, coming the 7 days and send this email. But generally speaking, many other systems, they do have this kind of stuff, but everything is still fragmented. So you have to get lots of things in place in order to do that. So in the other part of this, obviously, is about really publishing content. And publishing content, obviously, you can see is comes to three different forms. One is obviously PDF that you publish and you send. The other is web pages that you publish that goes live instantly. And of course, the other part of this is the email content that you obviously create and publish. And again, is like many other systems that is limited. But in this case in here, as you can see, is literally no limit. Like, I'm just going a little bit further at the bottom. So you can see from August 2025, for example, in the specific page here, uh, I sent nearly 200,000 emails. August 5th, 200,000. August 9th, 100,000. August 19th, 300,000. So this is part of the August. If we go to the top, towards the top, as you can see, the numbers are not changed that much. So still sending 100, 100,000, 140,000, 130,000, 150,000, but it goes on. Like then and here, you see 600,000, 900,000, and let's just look at this guys in here. So as you can see, I'm just going to open this another tab. And by the way, let's just close rest of those so we have some bandwidth as I am on this Elon Musk. So on this specific email, as you can see, this email has got sent to 955,000 people. But unfortunately, I have to stop it. And that was April 1st. But let's have a look. So in here, as you can see, already had quite a bit of interaction in here. And you see the links that I'm sending. People going to the, obviously, my blog, going to the sales page and going to the YouTube. But you can see as more people went actually to the book live demo in here than the other things. So what we want to do is first, let's just look at the content here, and then we will trigger this email for what is remaining to send. Obviously, it will take a while because it's quite lots of data behind this specific email. We let that going on for a second or two. And by the way, are we still audible? We are being on about an hour, and we will be jumping into the public square, and we will leave YouTube running. If I go quiet on YouTube, and that's mean if we are in a public square. And would you guys like to be audible on the YouTube channel, or I'll leave the audio off? Just let me know. If we are streaming to the YouTube, especially the public square, I like to get your permissions before I do so. Just let me know in the chat, please, if I kind of project the public square. So this was the email content, and video says not available, but I know it will. And this is what we've been sending. But let's go back. I don't know if this was live. I think it's YouTube, but because I put it, some of the videos in archive, that's why kind of this doesn't show. Let's just edit that and get something there that is actually going to work, and we send the rest of the email. So let's see, we have the video here. So let's just make another space here and we're just going to delete that video, and we're going to bring a new video here. And this time round, let's go on YouTube for a second, and hopefully YouTube gonna open to us as I am live currently. And we're going to, and this time round, excuse me, we're going to embed this live feed that we have in here to this email, directly YouTube live feed. Okay, we got this video feed here. And I will do it. Let's apply. Obviously, there's lots of data on this email. That's, like 1.3 million type thing. And let's go back to the builder, just check this video. The other thing is, on the YouTube, currently says, obviously, error. It is because when we are live streaming, I have to declare to YouTube the specific streams contains paid promotion. Obviously, paid promotion is for no limit emails. I have to declare it. And this is why we don't see the videos in here, because obviously till I publish it. So let's try do that. Save and close. And we will refresh to see if it still says videos not available, but should be. It says this video is private. It's not really private, guys. Now we there, look, it works. So right now this is kind of live feed to our email. And again, is about really monetizing piece of content. As you can see, I am over monetizing this in a way. And also, like, there is quite lots of different things going on in it. We have a demo, we have a sales page, we have a YouTube channel, and of course there's a 30-day email marketing challenge that we did. This is certificate for Doug, and of course Doug did a lot more than this, and in this case it's just kind of a little bit social proof in here, but majority of idea behind this content obviously to just monetize content. So we're going to hit send, and this will be sending the rest of that nearly 400,000 emails. So let's have a look, see what's the number will give us. It is kind of, when you have a big data behind the email like this, just take your time, like no rush here. And of course, when we are kind of sending, obviously I'm not timing this, we're not automating this. This is direct broadcast email going go out. And right now machine is obviously reading what's left, and will trigger us the sending function. Just give yourself a bit of time, because there's lots of data in here, and the job of the machine to do the correct job, so to speak, just kind of give yourself a bit of time. If it's kind of times you out, log out and log back in to the system, so you can see not much happen in here. So let me just give a second or two, because there's still a lot going on behind the scene, guys. So let's do it again. As currently I'm also streaming, so it's like I have very little bit lower latency of the internet, so to speak. I am on a Starlink, and currently I'm not on 5G. So now and then I do go to the 5G. And by the way, if you kind of come across that you want to do a similar thing that what I'm doing, if the machine doesn't trigger, is not broken. It is certain filters that we set up so the system doesn't send duplicate emails. In some cases, you just go and clone the whole thing and then re-trigger. So it's like a safety mechanism built in order to prevent duplicate email sending. And as we all know, duplicate email sending, and this is one of those cases. And this is actually makes me very, very happy because I know we implemented this from way back when, and lately last updates we did to the system, we made it a lot better. So what I want to do in this stage, I'm just going to log out, and we're just going to give ourselves a few minutes, like few seconds, something like that. And even you can like refresh on here if you don't see that CFR error, that you should be good to go. And of course, some of the stuff that we've been doing, latest upgrades, and it's been pretty nice, like helping us a lot. So if we go back on, where was it? 900. This one here, as you can see, there's 400,000 emails got to go. So sometimes machine will prevent duplicate sending. That's what's basically this is done. But it's easy that I can go and clone and send that. Sometime you just gotta wait, guys. Literally, it does, because there's so much details going on that if it doesn't allow you to trigger this, simply you can't, because machine is stopping you to send duplicate. So the best thing will be going back and cloning that campaign. And let's do that. And obviously this is huge email to go out, guys. And when I trigger this, literally for a few hours I can't touch my screen because there's so much of a big data. And of course this is again about really content production and distribution in a place. I mean, I am doing this, obviously I test stuff. This has been like a case study site for us since kind of went live. So we do test lots of heavy stuff on this specific site, and it's all real life tests based on real life thing. It's not like hypothetical, or you could say demo. There's nothing demo about in here. But so let me go back on here to just show you. So it's EM650. So we can clone this. Because there's so much richly data attached to the background of this. So we're going to publish it. You see so many multiple lists in here. Plus, let's just call it +1. +1 and apply and save and close. And what do you bet? If I kind of hit send, do you think it's gonna crush on us again? I don't think it will. I think this time will trigger the send. But sometimes, as you can see, it does. And this is 1.2 million emails at one go. So let's go for it. And about, can you post the content in Facebook and hope this many people can see something about that content you published? So here we go. is already doing. So while this is going on, let me once more just check on here on the chat with you guys. Video and audio continue excellent. All right, so we can do that. So we like when I kind of stopped here for a minute, I will be joining you on a public square. If you guys want me to project the public square onto YouTube, that we leave it live. And if you want to be an audible in YouTube or not, or you just want to be audible in the room like as we are normally, just let me know because without your permission, I can't really do that. So it's totally up to you, go gentlemen and ladies, and of course, member of the house, so to speak. Let me know. And of course, if you want another room, we can always do another room. But this specific screen, as we know, is going to be on for quite some time. So while this is counting on, let's have another bit of herbal tea here. And have you have you guys have any questions I can look into? And then I'll tell you a little bit more about the person that was trying to argue with me in the end, because he could not really win the argument. He brought another person to the conversation, which is really funny. And the person that he's brought into the conversation is doing same thing as him, so the both of them in the same mindset, so to speak. uh, Obviously they're using kind of Google Gmail workplace email with multiple domains, multiple inboxes, and I simply asked both of them, how much will it cost you to send million emails? And can you also send million emails in one day, in one go? How much will it cost you? When I asked them that question, both of them left the room. Basically, both of them left the chat and didn't come back to me again. And meantime, as we can see, we can prove them that we can do. Just visiting in the room, I'm good. Just visiting in the room, okay. No problem. Yeah, that's basically what happened to this guys. Pretty insane, but that's what these people do, right? Generally speaking, and it's kind of insane, to be honest, when we look at all this stuff. Yeah, like that was it. Like literally ended the conversation, so they could not really argue anymore. They could not really tell me the price, what they would kind of be charged. You know, generally speaking, because we know the numbers, we know they cannot do that. We know literally it's impossible for them to kind of produce any data like us here. We're sending what 1.2 million email in one go, and this would have cost them. Basically, they cannot do this in a whole month. And whole month would have cost them more than 2 million bucks. Generally speaking, it's just insane when they know they are wrong. They know they can't win the argument, and they know what you're doing is better for them because they were already against you. So it's kind of locked themselves out. I always believe one apology can go long way. And if I'm done any wrong to anybody, I always apologize because you have to sometimes be truly sorry and accept that you are wrong. And in this case, many of those people, uh, because they run in agency and stuff like that, they think they know everything. They think they're doing the best thing that is there until they end up kind of basically coming across somebody like us. And when we tell them there is a different way, and they obviously believe in their way, so to speak, and because they're being told so, and obviously whole wire explodes, as we all know. Like this is generally happens like that. And as you all know, I'm really not person that very confrontational or very argumentative. I am more of, you could say, show me the facts, show me the spade is spade, and if I was wrong, I apologize you, and definitely like 100%. And obviously, when people like those guys were been slating me all day long, and eventually kind of decided, huh, actually, he has more power and the reason than us, and we are stuck with this. We can't do anything else, and we could do with what they have set up. We could just utilize one all domains we have, and obviously sometimes the ego's a little bit too big. They cannot even bend their head, apologize, and get accepted as like, okay, I know where you're coming from. There's no hard feelings, generally speaking. But some people, they just have a too big a ego, to be honest, to accept what they are doing is just not viable, is just not scalable, is just not controllable, is not beneficial to their own brands and their own basically reputation. I mean, some of the posts that I posted, literally like one of the posts that I posted on LinkedIn, I said if you are sending cold email with shared hosting, shared infrastructure, maybe you clean, but really you are helping the spammers to survive. And I think that's triggered them a little bit. So this is taking over, and I hope you enjoy the stream. And I hope now you can see the difference between the who is going to control the future, how the future look like, and what is going to be. And as we all know, all networks are kind of really, you could say, kind of monopolies. And what monopolies are, as we all know, what they are, and what can you do? If his internet is open for hackers and scammers and crackers and should be open for you, legitimate person in the world, to also have a say and have a control. And of course, our job is in here at No Limit Emails, be part of that game with you and stay with you and do it with you versus basically like hiding somewhere and putting, I don't know, robot chats front of you. But generally speaking, it's just the way the future is going to happen, especially on a tech side of things. Slowly, people kind of getting AI bubble burst, so to speak, because they produce so much content, nothing happened. They spend so much money, nothing happened. And of course, end of the day, is all falls down to the one thing. Can you produce and distribute? If you cannot produce and distribute, it's like basically having a farm full of tomatoes and they're all gonna rot. That's basically what we all kind of been witnessing with AI content production. And the reality is there is option to distribute. There is option to kind of produce and distribute the way that normally not available. I mean, reality is what you see in my screen. What is it happening? We are distributing message to the million people at one go. In a real world, in real data, in real time. This is the difference between production of the content and obviously production of content having a this amazing control machine that you can control of your own kind of, you could say, message going out to the world. And this is the difference between infrastructure that you can control and infrastructure that somebody like Gmail control. And that's the reality. That's the big difference. That's why literally these guys could not really argue. uh, they were first very hot on me because they thought, how can I be trusted, more trusted than the Google is a $1 trillion company. Just because they are big, that doesn't mean you should trust them, guys. The truth is, you should not trust the big guys. You should trust the small guys, because big guys, they don't give a damn if you are you are doing anything good or bad. Long as they get paid off you, who cares? How do you think Google got $1 trillion? By caring about people? Really? Is that by caring about people, and that's the reason why they have a Gmail? I mean, that's why they have a YouTube. That's why they paid billions of dollars to have YouTube. Is that's why they caring about people? Why didn't they give like literally totally anonymous live streaming elements to you guys for over 3 decades now? Google exists. Why? Why everything that you do in Google, they say, well, you have to accept our cookies? Is that about caring people? Is that about really trust? I mean, reality is, you go Microsoft, they say, yeah, you got to agree with our cookies. Well, if you're agreeing with the cookies, you're a cookie in the jar for them. That's it. Do you want to be cookie in a jar for them versus no cookies, no kind of like paywalls, no trackers, no spying on you? Anyways, that another rabbit hole. We don't want to get into that one. That could be really long stream, especially when we get into the cookie moneras type things. As you know, we are very anti-cookie, we are anti-spam, we are just anti-fakery. And that's basically what is all about human being for other human to succeed in this basically maze of internet that is we invented for ourselves. And of course, as always, when somebody showed a new way and obviously say the facts, say the truths, they get buried, they get executed, guys. And we are one of those group of people. Last 6 years, as you all know, we've been swimming against the richly backwards against the current, and with our hand and feet tied back. But generally, we're making more noise than all of them put together. So again, the guys was like kind of having a go at me. Please come to the live stream, show me that you can do what I'm doing right now. And if you can't, please just apologize. Maybe we give you a count. And beside that, if you're new to the channel, subscribe so your name can go to the pool, then you can get a free count from us, and as well as 100,000 leads from me. And if you jump in a public square and ask kindly for one of the family members to invite you in, probably they will double that. So if I give you 100, believe me, they probably give you 200, 300,000 leads. And by the way, you're going to make amazing group of people as a friend, and as somebody will tell you how it is, what it is. And if you are going wrong direction, and is a place that can put you in a right direction. And myself been learning so much, and that room is absolutely amazing, and absolutely is just, I personally can't say thank you enough for the wisdom in there, for the knowledge, for the honesty, for the shares that we do in a public square and between Nolan the emails ecosystem is just amazing. As you all know, what I'm doing with email, I don't hide anything. Everything is being recorded in the public, being shared. I don't have courses to sell it to you, and I don't have it capture page say go there and try to get something off me. Guys, none of that stuff. And of course, the truth is we are here for a reason. We are here for one specific reason. As a human being, we're supposed to help other human beings. And this is basically what we do at No Limit Emails. If you think that yourself is a true human, you want a true human help and be in a true company, come join us. And of course, no pressure, no long term contract currently, but that is coming, guys, because we also want a clean network and protect the network as what's supposed to be. And therefore, some price changes coming. And obviously, lots of people didn't believe me, but generally speaking, that will eventually happen. But still, now is a good window as it is still spring towards the summer. So the first original three packages still same prices and 2021. But the platinum price for unlimited sending has changed and is still $3,000-4,000 cheaper than Amazon says, and quite a few $1,000s cheaper than any other systems out there that kind of you want to basically do the emails with, and still much better, literally any of them out there, and even on that price. So is worth with every cent, honestly, uh, because there's so much that goes into it and so much expenses being taken care of, and that price sending literally this specific email that I'm sending right now on my screen is pays for itself, even if it's a 6K or 7K. I mean, the truth is, same system will charge you between 15 to 25K any day, but we are still generous. And of course, if you think that is really expensive, go try Amazon says, try send million emails, see how much it costs you. And go try any other system, try send million emails, see how much it costs you monthly. And that's the reality. I mean, the truth is, being affordable, being safe and secure, and being on your own kind of domain is not, isn't that not really worth it? It's literally like having a white label stuff that is normally you have to pay licensing fees and all that kind of stuff. But in this case, none of that stuff is kind of based on a long term contract on a license. But generally speaking, because everything changing is so fast in the ecosystem of the net, so we are also moving towards corporate structure. So eventually all the stuff will have, like what we do is have to kind of change, and then have to change for basically for better, and of course for also safety, and also basically preventing us getting abused. Literally like having this powerful system for $67 is just, in today and age, it's just not possible, guys, but we're still making it possible. And as we've been doing that for the last 6 years. So that's the reality. So the truth is, we're still making that happen for many of you. And this is what we kind of set to do from day one. And if we are kind of not increased pricing for 6 years, which is more than half a decade, then we know next price increase. After that next price change, literally never have to change again. And that's basically where we're heading. So it's going to be that price even 15 years time, when everybody else is already charged 10 times, 20 times more. And that's basically what we are doing. So once more, having a machine that you control, distribution channel that you control, and everything else in between that you control, And this affordability, honestly, you just can't find anywhere else in the world. If you do, please invite me because I want to be part of it too. And because there is nothing like that out there, as nobody else is doing this kind of stuff, uh, giving us basically whole shebang with literally like priced price of like three pizzas, and generally speaking. So that being said, once more, thank you so much for all of you being here, and we will jump in a public square afterward. And as you can see, this is chiming and sending all the emails out, and this is going to take a while. But we will be back on basically live again, uh, as currently we are on the war room, but the war room will be on and off till we then get it into the 24-hour stream. But as you know, to do the 24-hour stream, I really need to have, first of all, some good sleep the day before so I can cope 24 hours, and then we will run that 24-hour marathon stream. And of course, we will also leave live streams on by basically projecting the other rooms into the live. So we let this go on, and I'm going to jump into the public square, and well, you can watch this tick over, and this is going to be quite some time. And of course, unless Elon Musk satellites drop, the numbers kind of stops, and that's mean I have to retrigger again. But generally speaking, I hope it doesn't happen next few hours, so we can get majority of this email sent as they are live going. And once more, thank you so much, all of you being here. And I'll look forward to seeing you just a moment in the other room. And we will let the stream just carry on. So that just a moment. Hopefully you can still see my screen, and hopefully you guys still can hear my audio. The room that we were kind of gonna bring it on, public square. Let me just check this here. I was just wonder, can I do side by side thing? That means I'll try. Let me try that. All right, I'm muted myself in a public square. I'm going to try see if I can project us side by side with here. So we lay this down here while that's going. We bring this here. Public room has been on for 14 hours. By the way, it's 24-hour stream on all the time in there, so it's not like new that we do in 24-hour stream. Like public square is always on, as we can see it's near. It's been going on for 14 hours and continue. And of course, when you are new, you join this. Hi, Doug. Doug probably hear me. But what I'm going to do, we going to just a moment stop share so I can knock the audio off to YouTube. Just a moment. Just a second. We will be back to the live stream. This time I'm just going to. Alrighty. Now we are back, but now I'm audible on YouTube, but I'm also audible in the room with you, but you are not audible in YouTube. Is that all right? Or you want to be audible on YouTube too, and you just let me know, I can make it audible on YouTube. No, you good, good. How you doing, dog? Can you hear me? Can you hear me on the room? A little bit delay. A little bit delay on YouTube, but a little bit delay on here. There's a little bit delay on the room. Oh, a little bit delay still. Yeah, I can hear you pretty good. Now you should be good. You good? Can you hear me over there? I am not in YouTube. All right, just a second. Let me refresh this room. Let me refresh. All right. How's now? Can you hear me in the room? Can you hear me on the room or not? Just a second. Maybe because I'm streaming on YouTube. Let me. Should not be delay. Obviously, YouTube has a little bit delay, but on yeah, like on the room, we are not really on delay at all. That's the difference between live we have and live Google gives us, Doug. I don't know. Somehow, as always, I don't know. There's always something wrong. Like always something delayed on YouTube. Always kind of this bandwidth or that bandwidth or this setting or the other setting. Yeah, I think they do that. Well, anything goes through the YouTube definitely is get monitored, and also, like you say, is not instant. Instant, so they monitor in case something happen, like be it crazy stuff, uh, as people do crazy stuff on your life. Yeah, true. This is basically is almost millisecond no delay type of thing. Hmm. Was like a moderate. But like when we actually drop the live after YouTube compiles it, seems kind of no delays, like all that wipe gets wiped out. So when you replay the video, seems like play continue. But it's not like live, like literally like us here on the room. Hmm. It's a bit of delay, yeah. It's a little bit reminds me like, when TV streams are streaming event and has some kind of buffer delay to, especially if they were playing live poker or something, so people don't cheat the hand or tell the other people cards. And that kind of stuff goes on with YouTube because YouTube basically tried to become a gaming platform instead of live stream platform. So as many children's basically gaming on YouTube. The YouTube Live tab used to be full of different lives from different countries, and now when you go to the actual Live tab, it's just basically like a full game based on the real game that happened 3 days ago. Uh, yeah, that's my Starlink actually. Yeah. Hmm. Well, right now I'm also not like on a 5G bandwidth on Starlink. I'm just on a normal Starlink. Normally, I have the 5G on, a little bit quicker. Yeah, YouTube is normally like the stream that is accepting is about 480K. And on the live rooms would make difference. On YouTube, I don't know it will or not. Yeah, like even in here on a low light, kind of pretty decent clear image. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like a diffused light basically. Yeah, I need to play that trick. Yeah, I definitely need that. I need that trick for myself. Yeah, it's had a obviously internet dropped as you can see. The counter dropped on the email sending. So what I need to do a bit later on, I will re-trigger this. It's almost 700. Well, because of the internet drops, you see. Yeah, because my browser stopped for a bit, but live, yeah, sure, but that second is enough for the server get disconnected, especially our server. Our server is more, especially on email side, is more sensitive than the browser. Obviously, browser crash and things like that. But anyway, it was a pretty interesting stream, huh? So pages and stuff. Hmm. Yeah, that's the couple links I shared. Not dropped. Right. Yeah. Yes, it's easier for the eyes. Hmm. By the way, I am still audible on YouTube, but you are not. Uh, Let me just change that so you can be audible on YouTube. One second. Now say something, Doug. You should be audible on YouTube too.
Okay, if I can say something,
That's good.
I can hear you on YouTube now.
Yeah, yeah. Now I've been on Audible on YouTube. Obviously, like we still have maybe a few people watching us. Uh, that is good going. I mean, we've been streaming nearly 2 hours on YouTube. I
Yeah.
think it's been pretty long stream.
I was I just watched a short, a YouTube short, and it was how to start up a business that and make it really take off by doing basically um, like a giveaway.
Hmm.
So if they buy something, then they get their name put into a giveaway, and so I'm actually gonna put it in the public square here. I'll put the link to it in public square room. So now I'm telling it on YouTube too. So if they want to see what it is, how to start a business and grow it really fast, you'll have to come into the public square room to get the link.
Yeah, the room link is pinned in the message on YouTube
Yep. But they'll have to come in here. No, I mean for the link
for the short.
for the short,
And that's
because
great.
it actually made real good sense when I saw it, and I thought, man, that's what I need to do. See if I can get it up here.
Can you excuse me for 2 minutes, Doug? I just need
Of
to run in the
course.
bathroom quickly. I'll be sec.
Okay.
So the YouTube short is 10K to 1.25 million in 14 days. And the link is in the public square room on this is the public square room, and the link for that is on the YouTube, pinned at the top of the chat. So there it is there. So you even got a peek at the link on YouTube. That's kind of neat.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. You feel better?
Much better. As you know, like sitting like nearly 2 hours, and I've been drinking basically quite a bit of tea in here.
I'm drinking Montmorency cherry juice. I
So
just
let
finished.
me see if my camera will pick up. Hopefully it does. There you go.
There you go.
It is a bit on
Yep.
delay, obviously, like towards the try to get on YouTube. It's a little bit delay. Like, well, like 10, 15 seconds delay. Now we are on YouTube.
Yeah, there we are. Yep.
Now I'm like on 4 different screens. It's
It's good.
kind of like feel like we are inside Star Trek.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of got bombarded because the post I posted.
Yeah, I tried to find it on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn blocked me. Believe it or not, it threw up this thing. It wanted to know if I'm self-employed and whatever, and there was no way around it.
Yeah, they did some updates in here. Let me.
Well, I went to you. I went to see your page, and it says, Doug, you're one step away from viewing this profile.
Yeah, you should be able to view my profile.
I know, but it wants my title, and it wants my company.
Oh,
Title is
1 second. Let me give you the link in here on the chat, and go through that link.
Do it in private.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's my LinkedIn, is no problem.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh yeah, that's right.
See if you can go through here. On the chat. There you go. See if it actually takes you to the profile instead of like viewing.
Nope. It still wants me to add a role to my because I didn't put a role in my profile.
That's
You
bit
aren't verified.
that's bit weird.
Wants me to verify. Use your mobile device to verify. Go away. I am not doing it.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
just,
they
just,
did that. What's it called? Age verification thing now. Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
no.
I just won't go. I never look at LinkedIn anyway. So share your screen and let me see the guy, what he's done.
I'll share my screen here with you. One
Yeah.
second.
And it'll show up on YouTube because you were talking about it anyway.
Yeah, I can show you this tab here, and also change audio. Now you can see.
Yeah.
So this is the post. So on the post, can you read it or not?
I can read it.
Let me make it bigger. That bit.
All I did was make the picture in the advertisement bigger.
Yeah, they kind of bit
They're
back.
screwing with your screen.
They bit backwards. That's better. So
Yeah,
this
that's
this is the post.
okay. So do you want to read it?
So on the post I said you are sending cold emails with Microsoft 365 Exchange and Gmail Workspace. Let me tell the undeniable facts. Uh, you are helping scammers and spammers to survive. Period. So and then you are jeopardizing and destroying your business and your personal reputation. Period. You are hiding underneath the skirt of Google and Microsoft. The fact is, you are paying them to hide yourself with hundreds of domains and hundreds of inboxes. The truth is, you are the problem. You are part of the scam and spam. uh, we see clearly these networks host scammers and spammers and hackers. Fact is, you are part of it. Let that sink in for a moment. And if you are legit business, why hide yourself? Why not use one authenticated domain you own to send emails? If I receive an email from these networks, do you think I will ever open them? And I say never, always get reported as a spam and get blocked by me.
Yeah. So what's the picture? Is that an ape? A monkey.
A monkey, monkey with big grapes in his hand. Hi, Chris. You are on YouTube, by the way, Chris. But let me.
So what did he say? Like he got mad at you, did he?
Oh, yeah, we went back and forth, back and forth. In the end, I just asked them to prove me that they can do what we can do. And then they just basically dropped off. They basically just dropped off. Then that's what's happened to those guys. And by the way, YouTube just dropped me too.
Did it?
Yeah.
So 15 seconds from now, it'll be gone.
Yeah, YouTube